might be something on your phone.
Ông Jones muốn có gì trong phòng ngủ? Ông Jones muốn có gì trong phòng ngủ? Phòng ăn ở đâu? Phòng ăn ở đâu? Phòng đó phòng cũng có còn gì nữa? Phòng đó cũng có gì nữa? Ông Jones muốn có gì trong phòng ngủ? Ông Jones muốn có gì phòng đó phòng ngủ không? Ông Jones muốn phòng đó không?
Now turn to the dialogue section.
Now turn to the dialogue section. The instructor will read the entire dialogue in Vietnamese, and I'll accompany her with the English translation.
This is the Vien Dong
Hello,
Hotel.
this is the Vien Dong Hotel.
I would like to reserve a double room.
I would like to reserve a double room.
What kind of room,
What kind of room, sir?
Dạ, có máy lạnh và điện thoại.
A room with air conditioning and a telephone.
A room with air conditioning and a telephone. Okay. How long would you like to rent?
Từ hôm nay tới thứ Bảy này.
From today to this Saturday.
From today to this Saturday.
Mỗi ngày.
The rent is 2,000 piastres a day.
Piastres a day.
Dạ được. Tôi tới liền. Chào ông.
Okay. I'll be there right now. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Cảm ơn ông. Chào ông.
1885. The grasslands of Wyoming.
As she reads each sentence slowly.
Saskia Samai by Kandemir Oğlu.
The hero approaches the home of his beloved.
This is 2Emma Talk, Riddle testing. Hello, CQ. Hello. Hello, Ash. Hello, Ash. Ash, hello. The signal's okay. Wave your hand if it's all okay. Hello, CQ. Hello, CQ. This is 2Emma Talk, Riddle testing. This is 2Emma Talk, Riddle testing.
In North London are outlawing a bizarre new protest by a Highgate artist against plans to widen the Archway Road into a freeway for lorries. With a fifth public inquiry into the controversial scheme adjourned, protesters have transformed a house, it's one of those facing demolition, into a sort of anti-juggernaut sculpture. But the police have threatened obscenity charges after passers-by complained about the sculptor hanging dummies from the roof. From Highgate, Mark Percy reports.
486 Archway Road is no ordinary two up, two down. Chunks of chopped up car tyres sprout from the walls of the terraced house, which is also emblazoned with vast blue and red oblong shapes. Even more bizarre, a row of 4 gibbets leaning out from the roof. And that's where the controversial dummies were hung by nooses around their neck until the local police got them taken down on the grounds that they're obscene. Well, the man who created this weird display is sculptor Filippo, as he calls himself. Now, as we speak, you're standing holding a dummy with a noose round its neck. What happened when you tried to put this up on the gibbets?
Well, I had two of them up, and I was then visited by the police to say that they'd had a complaint and that I would have to take them down. I asked on what grounds, and I was told that if they weren't removed, I would be likely to be charged with obscenity.
Meanwhile, Filippo, who refuses to reveal his real name and says he's aged somewhere around 30, explains how many more Londoners could soon be made aware of his unique talents as a sculptor.
What I'd really like to do would be to cover London in an enormous web of sculpture.
Buonasera. Well, ambitious project there. That was Mark Percy reporting from Highgate. Here's
Friends,
Douglas reporting from the studio.
Good evening.
Extraneous conversation.
I am Hugh. Hugh in English. Hugo in Italian.
Ugo in italiano.
I am English
Sono inglese
and I live in
e abito
England.
in Inghilterra. Sono
I
di Londra.
am from London.
Sono londinese.
I am a Londoner.
Parlo inglese
I speak
e italiano.
English and Italian. Now Ernest
Adesso arriva
arrives,
Ernesto
and
e poi
then
arriva
Carla arrives.
Ernesto è un
Ernest
amico italiano.
is an Italian friend,
Carla è
and
un'amica
Carla
italiana.
is an Italian friend. Where is Ernest?
Dov'è Ernesto?
Cosa stai misurando, caro il mio picaretto?
Io guardo se quel letto che ci distingue farà buona figura in questo loco.
E in questa stanza?
Certo, a noi la cede generoso il padrone.
Io per me te la dono.
Ich verkünde, ich spiele von Berlin. Zur Feier der 11. Olympiade neuer Zeitrechnung als eröffnet.
That was Herr Hitler announcing it open. Now they're all cheering him, and the whole crowd have raised their right arm. Now this is the hymn, the Olympic hymn, and there is Bishop Strauss is conducting it. Here comes the runner. He's got his torch. He's a fair young man in white shorts, running in. He's beautifully made. A very fine sight. He's an athlete. He's running by all the officials. People are waving their hats at him. He's holding it high in his right hand. It seems to be I don't quite know what the torch is made of, but he's holding it high, taking long raking strides. Now he's gone down the track. He's come away over to the left. He's running up to this brazier. He'll light the Olympic fire, which will keep going for the whole of as long as the games are on. He's running up the steps now with his torch. There he goes. Fine-looking young man. He's got to the top of the steps now, and at the top of these steps is a large thing on 3 legs, a huge great brazier, much taller than the man. Is this it? It's wonderful. He lit it, and the whole thing now is blazing flame. Oh, a wonderful sight, wonderful.
excitement, I went forward and unbolted the inner door. They slowly swung open, and there, filling the entire area within, stood an immense yellow quartzite sarcophagus. In a dead silence, the huge...
When the house is demolished to build a new sausage factory, workmen uncover some extraordinary objects.
This was but the lid of a series of 3 coffins, nested one within the other, enclosing the mortal remains of the young King Tutankhamun.
In order not to delay the building of the sausage factory beyond the statutory maximum, the dig must begin immediately. The historic artifacts are unearthed and recorded by scientific photographers, as are all aspects of the deconstruction process. The beloved succumbs to the groundsman's demands. Archaeologists discover significant links with elements found in an ancient metropolis hundreds of miles away. The archaeologists discover significant links with elements found in an ancient metropolis hundreds of miles away.
Back in about 1977, some black and white outtakes from an undergraduate film had been left in the cutting room, where subsequently they've been used picture junk in a color film about 1970s protest movements. But of all the films listed in the British National film and video catalog on this and related subjects produced about that time, we can find no trace of the second film. Now, assuming that the color film was therefore never released or never completed, it followed on with the introduction of footage from a long
with a question of
other material. Must have followed the same process as forward. That is to say, that second film, despite it already incorporated picture.
Now what is this question, if not that posed throughout its history by materialism? Not that Stoicism is a materialism. On the contrary, it is a repression of the materialism of Epicurus and Democritus. A successful repression indeed. And the more interesting in that it offers, in the sign, the very mechanism mounted in the discussion with the materialist thinkers of antiquity. In order to occult the infinity of matter and substitute in its place the property of finitude of the lecton, projection of the syllogism.
All words in a dictionary do not make one sentence. All the words cannot be simultaneously considered.
Your trip will be much more enjoyable when you can meet people and make yourself understood.
Listen to this recording and repeat what you hear. Listen, then repeat. Are you ready to travel?
Yes. Да.
No.
Нет.
Please.
Пожалуйста.
Thank you.
Спасибо.
Thank you very much.
Большое спасибо.
That's all right.
Не за что.
Could you speak more slowly, please?
Могли бы вы говорить медленнее?
Please point to the phrase in the book.
Покажите мне, пожалуйста, фразу в книге.
Just a minute. I'll see if I can find it in this book.
Минуточку. Я посмотрю, смогу ли я ее найти в книжке.
This camera doesn't work.
Этот аппарат не работает.
A great tragedy had befallen the city.
I understand.
And much of its treasure remained buried for many years.
This camera doesn't work.
Этот аппарат не работает.
I understand.
Я понимаю.
I don't understand.
Я не понимаю.
Is there any mail for me?
Есть для меня почта?
Are there any messages for me? Did anyone telephone me?
Мне кто-нибудь звонил?
There's a call for you.
Вас к телефону.
Hold the line, please.
Подождите у телефона.
The number you have reached, 262-6300, has been changed. The new number is 621-1930. Please make a note of it. The number you have reached has been changed. The new number is 621-1930. If you need assistance, you may stay on the line and an operator will answer.
Do you speak English?
Do you speak German?
Do you speak French?
Do you speak Spanish?
Do you speak Italian?
Personelle Vorteile der Parteianhänger dem erkommen müssen mit der ideellen Preisnahme einer fürstlichen religiösen
mantenimento di promesse che neppure solennemente fatte all'epoca dei trattati. L'Italia ha appoggiato ed appoggia tale postulato.
Erstens, die deutsche Reichsregierung erklärt sich bereit, einer beiderseitigen entmilitarisierten Zone sofort in Verhandlungen einzutreten.
Social potential has become the private power of the few. Private property has made us so stupid and one-sided that an object is only ours when we have it, when it exists for us as capital, or when it is directly possessed, eaten, drunk, worn, inhabited, when it is used by us.
The essence is not in the object, it is the meaning of the object, the principle of the series of appearances which disclose it.
Some relics are damaged beyond repair.
Capable of being apprehended among others, not a meaning of the object. The object does not refer to being as a signification. It would be impossible, for example, to define being as present, since absence too discloses being. Since not to be there means still to be.
But at this point, our analysis began to kind of fall down as it failed to take into account shots, color shots, what seemed to be friends of the camera operator, and more color shots of a dartboard. Both of these coming positive and negative. And it didn't explain scratch and color some of the original black and white material. Above all, we could not account for the apparent conventionality of the order of the sequences of the different materials towards the end of the compilation. Namely, character from the original black and white film waving goodbye, intercut with the commercial color footage of the groundsman apparently riding his lawnmower off into the sunset.
The semiotic project replaces the fundamental philosophical question, that of being, with a question of signifying.
The groundsman and his friends celebrate. Outside, the people march on the royal palace. The heroic groundsman cannot understand the archaeological reconstructions and finds it impossible to concentrate on his tennis.
city is divided into 4 zones, you know, each occupied by a power, the American, the British, the Russian, and the French. But the center of the city, that's international, policed by an international patrol, 1 member of each of the 4 powers. Wonderful. What a hope they had, all strangers to the place, and none of them could speak the same language, except for a sort of smattering of German. Good fellows on the whole, did their best, you know. Vienna doesn't really look any worse than a lot of other European cities. Bombed about a bit. Oh, I was going to tell you, wait, I was going to tell you about Holly Martins, an American. Came all the way here to visit a friend of his. The name was Lime, Harry Lime. Now, Martins was broke and Lime had offered him some sort of a job. Anyway, there he was, poor chap. Happy as a lark and without a cent.
Down there. Would you really feel any pity if one of those dots stopped moving forever?
The essence is not in the object.
£20,000 for every dot that stopped. Would you really, old man, tell me to keep my money? Or would you calculate how many dots you could put?
Being is neither one of the object's qualities capable of being apprehended among others.
Save money.
Not a meaning of the object.
A lot of good your money will do you in
The object
jail.
does not
Jail is another zone.
signification.
There's no proof.
It would be impossible, for example, to find being at present since absence is supposed to be.
What fools we are, talking to each other this way. So I'd do anything to you. Or you to me. You're just a little mixed up about things in general. Nobody thinks in terms of human beings. Governments don't. Why should we? They talk about the people and the proletariat. The Marxists, the same thing. They have their 5-year plan.
However,
the That shouldn't be so gloomy. After all, it's not that awful. What the fellow said. Mentally, for 30 years under the Bourgeois, they had warfare, terror, murder, bloodshed, but they produced Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, and the Renaissance. In Switzerland, they had brotherly love. And 500 years.
The consciousness of that table without the consciousness of the
cuckoo clock. Come on, Alex.
In other words, the consciousness is not for itself.
This signifier,
my being
in his contemporary mythology, a second
to
rectification,
be
or a second enlargement.
That is, of course, not
taking a slant by language.
to affirm
The world
that this table
is written through,
but rather that it exists
signs endlessly deferring their foundations.
Returning home, he is comforted by his beloved.
By infinitely.
All consciousness is positional in that it transcends itself in order to reach an object, and it exhausts itself in this same positioning.
The men are really exciting. I don't know, I did a sausage factory man, and he took us through his sausage factory, and it was great.
Why did you enjoy the sausage factory so much?
Whoa, it was just so great. God, have you ever been in one?
Yes, about 25 years ago.
Really? Where was it?
It was near Kelm in Wiltshire.
Oh, really? Oh, well, gee.
Right in the middle of the English countryside.
Oh, this was a German one, and it was so big. It was like a couple block long, and they just made everything I really liked.
What, you liked looking at the food, did you?
And eating it, yeah. They give us free samples.
What, the free sample came almost as part of the fee, did it?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Would you like it if people actually gave you things for making portraits instead of paying you money?
Yeah, you mean like a year's supply of sausages?
Gradually,
yeah, that'd be great.
the archaeologists uncover
way of doing it?
important similarities.
Oh, sometimes.
So in this proposed total restructuring of society, given that it's agreed upon that this is a useful and important thing to take place,
Success
where does one go from
at
there?
last!
Is it a question of, education? Is it a question of protest? Is it a
Firstly, a question of education, because the question of protest is too a result of education. Only the people with protest, with the ability to protest, they protest only when they know the problem and they find reasons to protest. Therefore, already the protest is an act of solidarity as a result of education and information. Yes, information, education, participation. These are the three very important things in the culture. Yes. But now the culture is exactly so organized. There is no possibility to become educated for everybody. Yes. Only privileged persons can enter the schools. Then it's not ability for the majority to participate in all cultural events and other events in the society. Yes. And there is no information. Because of information we know from the TV's manipulations, it's lie. Yes, from the beginning to the end is a lie or a distortion of the problems. Therefore, the most important things: participation, education, and information.
The revolt is defeated, and the royal digger returns to the palace.
And this is the problem where we try to start with. All other things would be illusions.
Now I'm coming back to brain then, taking in special data, recording and so forth, but mind very apparently spurred on by intuition that something's going on here that's worth pursuing, that's really inspiring human beings to spend their whole lives at such work as Kepler did. There suddenly discovered a relationship existing between. There was nothing in the geometrical dimensions of our Earth or geometrical dimensions of the Moon. There was nothing in the chemistry of either or anything in the magnetics of them that said, observing one by itself, that it's going to attract another body. Absolutely nothing. Suddenly, there was nothing in any one of those bodies that said, if you halve the distance, the inter-attraction is going to increase at fourfold or a second power exponentially. What I'm really trying to get out, I don't think anything more important for me to catch on to, or you to catch on to, we really want to understand a little about what human beings do have that is unique in the universe, which is this mind, is this ability to discover relationships existing between that are not ours, any of the special cases out there. In other words, when you get to the beginnings of great science, the experimental undertaking, you discover an a priori absolute mystery, within which a priori absolute mystery, a lucidly behaving regularity occurs, an incredible, lovely thing. These are, we have the word synergy, or the behavior of whole systems unpredicted by the behavior of any of the parts considered only separately. So we find all the great scientific discoveries are exactly that. They are discovering the behavior between that is not in any way indicated is going to happen by any of the parts themselves. So all the great scientific discoveries are synergetic. I could see quite clearly the word was not popular, and inasmuch as the word is the only word that means behavior of whole systems unpredicted by the behavior of the parts, synergy is the only word that means that, quite clearly society was not thinking there are such behaviors, or they would have really wanted the word. The fact that it was not a popular word meant it was not in the general rationalizing and logic. I saw human beings then were quite content and just know about parts. They're content to be taken to school and say, now, darling, I'm going to give you an A and B and C, and just to work on parts, putting things together. The idea, they build up a body of knowledge would be the whole sum total, that's all there was to it.
So many different stations.
And this is quite contrary then to the, to me it's very, very exciting. I find myself really pulling a curtain apart to understand a little of what really has gone on historically, of the gradual trial and error gains of naked, helpless, ignorant man finally discovering such a phenomenon that he's got endowed also with the intuition that somehow rather titivates him that something's going on around here and I better pursue it.
Don't you think people would get bored with that?
Well, I mean, they get bored with a good show, so.
And this wouldn't be a good show?
No, it'd just be it would just show what's on the street corner.
Royal.
Showing 24 hours on the street corner. I think people look at anything.
So that you'd be able to turn on and you'd see the same street corner all day long, day and night.
Oh, yeah, it's like looking out of the window.
Happy end. A royal feast and a happy end.